welcome to my channel. Today will be another 4 looks using one palette. For my 4 looks using one palette videos, I try to stick to the same 4 types of looks. So I do look 1 and 2, wash it off, do look 3 and 4. For look 1, I use one color. It's a wash of color, one and done, you're out the door, it's something very fast. For look 2, it's a little bit more elevated, something you might use from the day-to-day or to run errands. For look 3, we will go a little bit deeper, a little bit more sultry. It'll be your date night, night out with the girls, happy hour. And then your look 4 will be your all-out glam. With this style of video, I alternate between a high-end palette and a more affordable palette. Last month was a high-end palette, so this month will be a more affordable palette. For today's video, I chose Morphe's Sweet Oasis palette. So this isn't necessarily considered drugstore, but it is an affordable brand. If you walk into Ulta, Morphe is on the drugstore side of the store. It does contain 35 eyeshadows and it retails for $25. You can purchase it on Ulta.com or Morphe.com. And I did see it in stores at Ulta and of course at the Morphe store as well. You can also use an influencer code to get 10% off. And so that'll bring down the price to $22.50 before taxes. This palette is described as, according to the Morphe site, a pink and turquoise tone palette paired with sun-kissed neutrals, from soft shimmers to velvety mattes. So this is the palette that we'll be using for today. Now, before I get started, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. And also ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads. But let's get into this 4 looks with one palette. So before we get started, let me pull back my bangs so that you can see a little bit of what I'm doing here. Okay. And for all my looks, I do use an eyeshadow primer. Today I'll be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. All the makeup products that I already have in my face will be listed down below. And well, you'll know what eye products I'm using as I'm using them. As with all my 4 looks with one palette, as I'm calling out the color that I'm using, I will pop up a picture of the palette and I will circle the shade that I'm using while I'm using it. So let's start with my wash of color. Usually I pick a shimmery tone because I just feel like those work the best for a wash of color, and I use my finger. For today's wash of color, I've decided to go in with Sunbathe. Sunbathe is a little bit bronzy, like a bronzy pink. It's very light, but very pretty. I'll also be going into my Morphe E17 and dipping back into the same color, just so that I can blend it out a little bit and kind of create a nice little shape. Now, I don't always do this, but I'm also going to put a little bit on the same brush. I'm going to squeeze the tip a little bit, and I'm going to run that just under the lash line. And there you have it, look 1. All it's missing is the mascara, so let's do that. For my mascara, I'm going into this Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. Just trying to finish it. I'm not really loving it, but for these light looks, I feel like it's okay. It's not a very heavy mascara, so it should be fairly easy to remove when the time comes. And there you go, 1 and done. Get out the door. Do what you gotta do. All right, let's do look number 2. So I already have it primed. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go cool tone or if I want to go a little bit darker. I think I'm going to start with my Morphe E27 dipped into Sneak a Kiss. It's like a light pink color. I'm going to run that in the crease to help transition a little bit darker shade. I don't want this to be too dark. This is supposed to be like a very everyday type of look. Although I definitely consider the look on the other eye a very everyday look. Using my Morphe E28, I am dipping into Shady Spot. And I am going deeper into the crease in this outer corner over here. I feel like that color is very patchy. I'm going back into my Morphe E27 to see if I could smooth it out. I'm not happy about how it's blending. I'm gonna dip back into Sneak a Kiss. I feel like it's looking super muddy. That was a little bit disappointing of a color, but we are going to roll with it. So I'm going into a Colourpop E25, and I'm going to dip into Take Me Back, which may be a mistake because it looks extra white. I'm just going to put it under the brow bone. Well, that's not so bad. And I hope that I can fix the way this all looks, which I'm not happy about. See, here I go again, smoothing it out because I'm just not happy with how it looks. I've been adding more of that Sneak a Kiss color to see if I could help out the situation a little bit more. I haven't bought a Morphe palette in a really long time, so I'm a little disappointed because I heard that their formula was better, but I don't know. I'm dipping my finger into Just Us 2. I'm going to see if this kind of helps out this look. This is a really pretty color. I'm going to use my Colourpop E29 and dip in that same color just to make a more defined look, almost like a cut crease, just because I'm not liking the blend of the other colors. So I'm hoping if I do this little cut crease looking number here, it'll look better. I also don't want it, like I want to have it blended here on the side. I'm afraid to put more of the shady spot color. Okay, I think we saved it a little bit. Okay, I am going to put something on the bottom of my waterline. Let's see, using my Morphe M210, I'm going back into shady spot. I'm going to smoke out the bottom. And I'm going to blend that out with Al Fresco. I don't want a very pink color down there, so Al Fresco is kind of a nude color. I don't want to look like I have pink eye. And then using my Morphe E35, I'm dipping back into Take Me Back, which is what I use on the brow bone, and I'm putting that in the inner corners here. Or inner corner, just one corner. And we'll call it a day with that look and just add some mascara. Same mascara for this look. There you go. Look 1, a wash of color in and out the door, and look 2, a little bit more elevated, something you can wear from the day-to-day to work or to run errands, or for some of you, and maybe this is a going out look. So, or maybe this is a going out look. I mean, I go out like this. I would go out to a bar like this. I mean, not that I go out to a bar, but I would wear this. You could definitely elevate it even more, this Sunbathe color, or even this one with some wing liner or liner in the waterline. I am not going to do that for this look because then I get it all over the place when I'm doing look 3 and look 4, but look 3 and look 4 will be a little bit smokier and a little bit more, you know, a little bit more elevated. Let me wash this off and we'll get into look 3 and look 4. Okay, let's get into look 3 and 4. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous for look 3 and look 4 because the darkest color that I used for look 2 was so patchy that I'm afraid that look 3 and look 4 may come out patchy. Now I feel like I was able to save look 2, but I don't know. I used this palette, was it once before? Just once before for a live, an IG live. And it worked well, and I used some of the darker colors and some that I think I'm gonna use today, so hopefully it'll come out okay. We're gonna hope for that. So I use the same eyeshadow primer. My nose is itchy. Using my Morphe E27, I'm dipping into Private Villa. I'm going to use that as a transition shade for my look 3. Using a Colourpop E22, I'm dipping into Picture Perfect. Using the same brush, I'm dipping into Yacht Life. I feel like those colors are the same. Using a Colourpop E27, I'm dipping into Vineyard Escape. I don't know if it's the brush. So I don't know if the brush is what's picking up some of this color. So let's see if we can fix this. I'm switching to a Morphe E17 and dipping back into Vineyard Escape. Let's see. Okay, I think this brush might be working a little bit better. Okay, back into the Colourpop E22 and Picture Perfect. I feel like that color better than Yacht Life. I'm going to run that and just blend in those two colors together. Now I think I'm going to do a bit of a cut crease. Okay, using a Colourpop E3 and an e.l.f. concealer. Okay, first going into Lazy Days with my finger. I'm going to blend in that middle part of the cut crease into the purple we have going over here. That's a pretty color. Now going into Revel in It into the inner part. Going into my Morphe M210 into Revel in It just to define that line. And then going into Lazy Days to do the same. And then going into my Morphe E17 into Vineyard Escape again, and I'm blending it together. So I feel like this very bright pink look would benefit from having a little wing, so let's do that now. Using my Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I'm going to use my Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen. It's the black one, Black Noir, in my waterline. Using my Morphe M210, I'm dipping back into Vineyard Escape, and I'm running that underneath the lash line. Now dipping into Picture Perfect. I'm going to use this Colourpop E28 and I'm dipping into Revel in It. And I'm going to place it down, connect it to what I just placed there. And now I'm dipping into Just Us 2 in the inner corner. And why not? Let's put some underneath the brow bone. Ooh, fun. I think we did it. All right, let's put some mascara on. I'm going to double dip it a little bit. I'm starting with the Fenty one, and then I'm going in with Bambi Eyes. There you go. A little date night, night out with the girls. Happy hour, whatever. Little purpley pink look there. All right, let's get into our other eye, which is already primed. Let me take a sip of water. Let's use a brand new, or a clean, Morphe E27. And let us dip into Saltwater Dip. And we'll put that in the crease. It is a bluer color. Can't, oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and use this same brush and dip into Sail Away. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Anybody else? Just me. Using a Morphe E28, I'm dipping into Hidden Cove. Going back to my E27 to smooth it out a bit. I'm dipping back into Sail Away. I'm actually going to dip into Infinity Pool with the same brush, but I'm going to squeeze it a little bit and get right into where those colors would meet. See if that kind of helps out, and then smooth it all out. Is it the brush? Is it me? I mean, I know I'm not a makeup artist, but I usually don't have this much problem with blending. Okay, I'm going into a different brush to see if it helps. I'm going into a Morphe M433, and I'm dipping into Sail Away and Infinity Pool. And I want to put in a darker color, but I'm so afraid it's so harsh. This, like, it's not blending. And I've been using Infinity Pool to see if that, I mean, it's between those two colors I've been using, and like tone, and so hoping that that'll help the blend. And I'm being rough with it. I don't know what to do. Maybe just hope that the look will come together. I'm gonna stick to the same brush, the E28, and I'm dipping into Secret Lagoon, which is the darker color that I want to use to deepen it up even more. Okay, I'm going back into Infinity Pool for the 100th time. I need a little bit more Secret Lagoon over here. Okay, I feel like I need to leave it there. I'm having a day with it. Okay, I'm going to do a similar cut creasy thing, but I'm only going to do it in the middle. But I need my concealer brush, or a kind of concealer brush to do this look, so I have to clean it. I'm doing this halo eye type of look is what it's called. I'm going into Reef Dive with my finger. I'm also going to use the same brush that I was using, this E3, and dip into Reef Dive just to get that line really precise. Okay, using my Morphe E28, I'm dipping back into Secret Lagoon. I'm just blending those colors together. Using a Colourpop L1, I'm dipping back into Secret Lagoon, and I'm very carefully lining it above this crease, this line right here. This is back into my E28 with Secret Lagoon. Now I'm dipping into Coastline Cruise with my finger, and just in the middle, I'm applying that. Oh, can you see what I'm doing? Just like so. All right, I feel like this also warrants a wing line, mostly to kind of help out the blend that we have going on. So using the same eyeliner, I'm going to make a wing. I don't know why I always decide to do a wing, especially on this eye. This is my bad eye. This is my bad wing. Like, I can never get it right. Okay, should I go greenish? I should, huh? Let's do this. Using a Colourpop cream gel liner in Fast Lane. I'm gonna put this into my waterline. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I need my sponge. Ugh. Let's do the bottom here. You know what, I can use this one, this L1 into Secret Lagoon. Using a Morphe M210, I'm dipping into, let's do Infinity Pool. Cool. Let's go into this one right here. This is my Colourpop E29 into Coastline Cruise. That's fun. And then using my Morphe E35 into Take Me Back. Nope. Into Just Us Two. For right under the brow bone. There you go. Let's mascara this up. Double dipping again into Fenty's mascara and then my L'Oreal mascara. And there you have it, look 3 and look 4. Look 3 will take you to your night out, your date night, your happy hour, and look 4 will take you to an all glam look, wherever it is you're going that requires a glam look. Now really these are both pretty glamorous. It's just one went more purpley and one went more blue-green. So pick your preference. Which color do you want? It was hard not to do something like this with this palette that had so many pinks and blue, green, turquoisey colors. It just kind of made sense to go to lean one more pinky purple and one more blue green. So there you have it. Now for me, purple is way more wearable, and that's why I chose this one for my date night type of look in comparison to this green blue color. This is not, I mean, the dark green, the Secret Lagoon is a color I would use very often, but the like pop of color in the middle is a little bit out of my, comfort zone. So that's why I went with that for my glam look. But yeah, there you go, a look 3 and look 4, and of course our look 1 and look 2. I really hope that you enjoy this style of video. I really do. These videos take me out of my comfort zone. I'm able to play with colors that I wouldn't normally play, and then it gets me to want to use more of these colors after I'm done filming, which is always a plus. So I hope it does that for you. What palette should I do next? Next month will be a more high-end palette. So what high-end palette do you want to see next? Or you can also suggest an affordable palette for my May 4 looks with 1 palette. The only requirement is that it is a palette that is readily available. I don't choose palettes that are limited edition or have limited runs. So just something that seems will be around for a really long time, or very current. This Morphe palette is pretty current. It just came out not too long ago, so it should be on Morphe's. It's not a limited edition, so it should be there for a very, very long time. There's some limited edition ones that if I buy it and use it that month, then maybe I would consider it. But if it's one that sells out right away, I probably won't. I want it to be available for the consumer so that if you come across my channel and you're new to my channel and you want to create this look, you can go out and buy this palette. As a reminder, if you've not already subscribed to my channel, now would be the time to do so. Like this video, share it with your friends, and ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads, and every month, one of my 4 looks using 1 palette. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.